Well, hello. Look at it. We have 17 people today already waiting. Coach John is here. Oh, Josh. That's it, Coach John. Josh is here. Awesome. We got some boys. I feel like this is a female-dominated YouTube live. I do not like that. I want it to be both my teams, the girls and the boys. Okay. I want both of them to join, and I'm starting to see that with the boys. So thank you very much. I think Coach Nick has been telling the boys. See, there's Zach Schwartz. We got Elodie. We got Michaela Lee as usual. Dylan Barbershop. Can't go to barbershops right now. Sarah Popular. We got Amanda Sierra Mist. We got Addison Petrolicious. We got Christy, Coach Christy. We got Gibson, Worthington, Riker. We got Kevon Brown. We got Briley Batts. Looking good. Okay, let's talk. We got the Shepherds in the house. We got the White House. I mean the White side, sorry. All right, so let's talk, people. So really good news that was just launched today. You probably got it. If you received that good news, put woo in the chat. You got to go woo, 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 woo. Put that in the chat. Okay. So the good news is that we're going to start coming back. Start coming back, baby. We're back. Not completely back. They're good. We got a lot of woos. We're not completely back. Not completely. And this is not up to me. It's not up to Austin. It's not up to anybody here. It's up to our local government, our state government first. Well, actually, no. Our federal government first, then our state government, then our local governments. Okay? The state government said that the federal government's letting all the states to do what they want to do. So our governor, DeSantis, decided to let some businesses open. And then our local governor decided to agree with that. Our local mayor, sorry, decided to agree with that. So, but the only issue is they said no gyms. When they say gyms, they're talking about fitness centers where a bunch of adults are just working out and breathing on each other and touching everything. They're not really talking about us there, because we're a very, very small percentage of businesses in the city, like probably 0.0001% of businesses in the city. It's like nothing. So they're not going to mention us specifically. They're not going to say Gymnastics USA is allowed to open. They're not going to say that, okay? But they'll say things, and some businesses can open, but be careful and things like that. So what we're going to do is this: we're not opening for business. All right, we're not open. I like that. We're not a gym. We're a family. Nice, thank you. We're not opening for business. Gymnastics USA is still closed until they allow gymnasiums to open up. Gymnastics USA is still closed. However, our competitive team members can come in to train. Okay, and we're gonna have to follow the guidelines, the CDC guidelines still, which is less than 10 people in the area. We're a 50,000 square foot gym, so there could be more than 10 people here, but in one area, we want less than 10 people. So we're only allowing 10 gymnasts in the gym at a time, okay, or less, maybe even 8. We're gonna keep them separated as much as possible. We're not gonna be doing lineups. We're not gonna be doing hugs to the coaches or a lot of spotting. We're only gonna spot if we have to for a safety reason. We're not gonna be spotting. We're not gonna be coughing on each other. Yeah, of course not. We're not gonna be, we're gonna follow the 6-foot rules. Luckily gymnastics apparatuses, you have to be 6 foot apart from somebody to do gymnastics. So we're gonna stay apart like that, and we're gonna train. We're not gonna train for 4 hours because that wouldn't work, because we have to keep there's 175 people. So you gotta keep the boys and girls, all levels, separated throughout the day. There's only 12 hours in a work day, pretty much. And so that way for that reason, we have to only do like an hour and a half workouts, or maybe 2 hours, depending of how many people are going to come. So half an hour, hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, depending on how many people are going to show up to practice. We released the form, so you have to submit into the form if you're ready or not ready. So we know how many people are going to show up to practice Monday. So then we divide you up. We're going to let you know the times once we receive all that forms. We're going to divide you up and say, okay, these levels come at this time, these levels come at this time, these boys come at this time, these girls come at this time, that kind of stuff, okay? Again, it's not going to be a full workout because there's no way we can fit everybody in less than 10, okay? So I hope that makes sense. That was a lot of words, but I hope that makes sense. So that's that. We'll let you know the schedule once we receive all the forms. When we come to practice, this is important for the parents. So if your parents are listening, great. If not, you kids, tell your parents. Parents cannot hang out in the gym. The reason being is because we're not open for business. We can't have people loitering. We can't have people hanging out. We can't have people relaxing in here or watching practice. We can't have a bunch of people here. So you have to drop the kids off. You have to be dropped off. You have to be dropped off. We're gonna open that over there. If you don't know what I'm pointing at, that's the doors out in front of the building, right next to the boys area. Those doors, that's where we're gonna enter. So we can just take you in and spit you out. We're gonna make it nice and easy for you guys, okay? Those doors, not the front doors over there, okay? We're not doing those. We're doing the doors by the men's events. And you guys are gonna come in, parents, you roll up, beep, beep, get out of the car. You get out of the car, and then you drive away, okay? That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work. You can stay in the parking lot if you want, but you can't stay there or you can't hang out there. We don't want to cause a ruckus in our city, okay? We don't want to get anybody upset. We got to follow the guidelines that they outline for us, okay? We're not doing anything wrong. That's why we're doing it like this. We have to keep the parents out of the gym in less than 10 kids. I think you get it. I think you get it. Okay, next thing. We cannot train with mask, okay? That's not going to work. It's not a state regulation to wear a mask. It isn't. It's a recommendation. There's a difference between a regulation and a recommendation, okay? If you don't know that, look it up. So the recommendation is to wear masks. That's because, the reason why they do that, by the way, just, I want you, let me do a little bit of mask education. By the way, I was pre-med and I was a paramedic for 3 years. So, working paramedic for 3 years. I've been a paramedic for more than 5 years. The reason why you wear a mask is to protect someone else. So if you cough or if you sneeze, you don't project droplets on someone else, okay? That's why they do it. So therefore, if you have a cough, if you're sick, anything like that, don't come to practice. Just don't come to practice. If you've been sick recently, don't come to practice. If you're coughing, don't come to practice. If you have flu-like symptoms, don't come to practice. If you have a fever, don't come to practice. So only healthy people that don't have any sickness, no cold, even though obviously I'm not talking about coronavirus, I'm just talking about little colds, nothing. Don't come to practice, just to be safe and just to follow the guidelines of what they're recommending right now. So, so now, also, let me just tell the more reasons why we don't wear masks during practice. This is a perfect time to tell you this, because I told you on Monday. Right now, the theme is everything has a price. So what's the price of wearing a mask during practice? The price is, it's hard to breathe. You're not gonna be able to get the oxygen intake you need to work out. You're gonna be short of breath. That's not good. That's not a healthy way to work out. You could pass out. So you can't wear a mask while you're training, and also you can't wear a mask while you're resting. Because if you're wearing a mask while you're resting, you can't get that's when you get the oxygen the most. You know, most gymnasts, a lot of gymnasts hold their breath while they're training, while they're doing skills. So after you get off your skills, that's the time to get as much oxygen you can. You cannot be wearing a mask, okay? It's just not gonna happen. Another reason, it's gonna fly into your eyes, it's gonna fall on the ground, and you know how much slobber is gonna be going on this mask? A lot. And so we don't want those masks slobbering everywhere and getting all over the place. It's gonna cause more germs, okay? So there's a bigger price fixing your mask too many times, touching your face. Yes, there's a bigger price for wearing a mask than the benefit. The benefit is if you're standing in front of somebody and you go, it doesn't really affect them. That's the benefit. So that benefit is not as valued as the price we have to pay wearing masks. So no mask during practice. Nope, can't do it. It's not gonna work. Also, same with coaches. Coaches are not gonna wear a mask either. None of the coaches that are gonna be here had any sickness anytime whatsoever, no signs, no symptoms, and they're not sick, okay? So they're not gonna wear masks. The reason being is because they need to communicate with the gymnast. We cannot communicate, oh, Susie, get down from the bar, blah, 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 punch your toes. It's not gonna work, okay? We can't wear masks, it's not gonna work. All right, I belabored that rule that we have, okay? Too much price to pay. The next thing is, we said this, we said the time, how we're gonna spice you up. We said how we can't wear masks. We said, okay, I think that's it. I think that's the rules. I think if there's anything else, please put it in the chat, but I think I covered everything with that. Again, practice will be short, so we'll still supplement practices with virtual classes, with online classes and online virtual feedback and stuff like that. We'll still supplement with that. So we're still gonna be doing it. I don't know exactly, I don't know if how we're gonna do the Zooms, if we're gonna do the Zooms or just do the YouTube live videos or just do YouTube post videos. We don't know yet, but I know that we're still gonna do some with in-gym practices. So we're gonna supplement home with in-gym, okay? All right, thank you for mentioning it, Raven. Tomorrow, 150. Today we're at 65. That's actually pretty promising. And you didn't have to be here today. Well, you should actually, I should say, you have to be here. Today at 65, much better. Tomorrow, let's double it up plus some, 150, okay? If we doubled it now, that would be 130. So we need to do 150. We need to double up plus some. So Nick does real gymnastics. I have no idea if he's ready. He said he doesn't want to do it, but he has to do it now. unless, we're gonna hold it against him forever. So he's gonna do it, and I hope he's ready. I hope he's been practicing. We'll see. He's been out of gymnastics way less than I have. I think it's only been 3 or 5 years, so no excuse for him. Okie dokie. Tell a story Thursday. I talked a lot already, so my story is gonna be very short, and I'll keep it to my theme. I was a talented gymnast. I had a very good coach. He was my father. He coached me from 4 years old all the way up to I was 9 or 10. By 9 years old, I was already an optional gymnast and competing at regionals and things like that. I was a very good gymnast at the time. But after my father stopped coaching, because he had to focus on he became a lieutenant at the fire department, had to focus on being a firefighter, and my mom ran the gym, I kind of was up and down, up and down, up and down. Nick's not ready. Okay. I was up and down as a gymnast, and so I had multiple different coaches. I probably had 20 different coaches after my father stopped coaching me. And so with that happening, I was kind of, not really, I didn't have like a good vision of where I needed to go. So I kind of became a really sloppy gymnast. I wasn't very good anymore. I had the talent, but I didn't have the ability, okay? So by the time I was 16 or 17 years old, I moved to a different gym than my parents' gym, because my parents' gym was more recreational. So I went to a gym called South Miami Gymnastics, trained with Nolan Perez and Antonio Juan, very good coaches. And I really stepped it up as a gymnast. I really got back to my roots and really became, very exceptional again. But the problem was, I was a showboater. You know what a showboater is? It's a person that, if you know what it is, put it in the chat. Showboater is a person that's always trying to show off. Always trying to show off. And at 16, 17 years old, I was always trying to impress people. So I would try the craziest moves on P-bars, high bar mostly, floor, and that was about my 3 best events. And I would learn it 3 days before the meet and then throw it at the meet. And what do you think happened at the meet? When I learned a skill 3 days ago and would throw it at the meet, sometimes I'll learn a skill the day before and throw it at the meet. What do you think happened? Anybody know what happened? I did better than everybody else? No. Oh, I think you thought I was better than anybody else. I got hurt? No, I actually never really got hurt in gymnastics except for that one time. And the knee was when I was a performer at Disney. So I really didn't get hurt that much in gymnastics. I just failed. Thank you. White side always knows what the answer. I failed. Nice, Corbin. Wait, somebody else. John. I failed. I fell so many times, and my scores were so low. And it's embarrassing because I had the chance to do really well when I was a senior in gymnastics. I could have been a collegiate gymnast for sure, but I was just always throwing stuff I wasn't ready for. So what was the benefit of me throwing skills? The benefit is if I made it, I would have really been, everyone would watch me, everyone would say, whoa. I was doing 1 3/4 on P-bars. I was doing, layout full Jaegers, layout Jaegers. I was doing all sorts of stuff, and I always wanted to show it off. And so the benefit was impressing people. The benefit was if I made it, I would have done really, really well. But the cost was my likelihood of actually making it was so incredibly slim that it would probably never happen. So I always tell you gymnasts that if you can't do it 8 times out of 10, don't compete it. You need a B. That's 80%. A B in school is 80%. So you need a B on your skills, if you understand my drift. A B at least. 80%. I'm not talking about skill level B. I'm saying like 80% score. You do a skill 10 times, 8 times out of 10 you make it, you can compete it. If you can't do it 8 times out of 10, don't compete it. Or do something similar but super simple. So that's my rule because I learned myself that I failed so many times. So it's a good lesson. It's a lesson for so many reasons. One, that don't throw things that you're not comfortable throwing because you're not going to be confident. You can't be confident with things you're uncomfortable with, okay? Competence equals confidence. So if you're competent in your skill, meaning that you have it, then you have confidence. If you go to the meet and not really know if you have it or not, you're not going to be confident. So you lose that. Another thing is it's dangerous. Obviously, you can hurt yourself. And number 3, don't be a hero. Don't try to show off. Don't. Like that. At least not like that. I tell people to show off, but show off of what you got for sure. And 80% is for sure, okay? It's for sure. So hit your skills 8 times out of 10, then compete it. Just remember that. Sure, I wanted to show off. I wanted to catch it and make it, and sometimes I did. That was the benefit. But the con, the negative side, was it was risky. and it really wasn't worth the risk, and I was wrong. I should have valued security. I should have valued consistency. I should have valued simple, pretty, clean routines over crazy, amazing routines. But I didn't, and that's why I failed. So that's the lesson for the day. That's the Tell a Story Thursday. It's a true story, and I learned so much from it, from a gymnast standpoint and adult and my professional life. I use that understanding in my business. I use it in my family. I use it with you guys. I use it everywhere I go. The concept of everything has a price, and the concept of, don't throw something out there unless you're 100% sure you got it, okay? All right, that's done. Tell a Story Thursday is done. I'm excited to see you guys Monday. Don't forget, tomorrow, 150. I need to see the G's. The U's. Gibson was already getting the G in. We got Michaela Lee with the G. We got Proper with the G. Everyone's got the G. Where's the U? Nice. We got the Maya Fries with the U. And some names, I don't even know who they are. You guys got to get your own YouTube accounts. And Sydney Worthington. Woo! John with a U. I like how you put your name first every time. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see Nick do gymnastics tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you all on Monday. Team, see you later.